Hi, last week we see together how you can make some simple sound, FM sound with a Gotharman LD3, and we build this 16 step sequence with random drum sound on each step, since on each steps a random number generator give at the three operator a new random value, and it's sound like that. So let's use this and make a more useful material with that. So the first thing we're gonna do is sample this. So we're gonna hit sample, record, and here we can set to sequence. So the recording will wait the sequence start for recording, and we want to record one or let's say two bar, so two times the 16th step. Hit record, waiting for trigger. Oh, I forget. I forget to set the source, so let's use the master output. Master 0, let's add a tiny bit of level. Alright, and this time it record, waiting for trigger. Hop. You can now audition the sample. And save it. So let's say you will name 0000 sample, save. Now we can use this sample and play some chops. So first we gonna chop it. So click once again on sample, use here for select the sample. The last one will have a red square on it. Alright, so and now it's chop button. As you can see here, we can use many parameters for making chop, but since we are record a sample with equal time between each note, we can just cut the sample in 32 pieces, since we have record two times the 16th step. Let's try. As you can see, it makes 32 chops. Let's hear it, the first one. Alright, so let's save this. And now we can use this sample on the Gotharman LD3. So we're gonna use the slot one. Remember, the slot one is from before the oscillator we are hearing. So the first thing we're gonna do is stop triggering the other oscillator. So now we're just hearing sine wave. We're gonna select the sample and use the sample we just made, 000 sample. Alright. So now if I hit play, we're just hearing the first chop with a random note, because remember on the last video we just build this sequence with a random parameter modulating note on each step. So for now we're just hearing the first chop with changing pitch. Let's remove the FM, even if the bus 2 it's actually not sounding. Alright, so now let's modulate the chop parameter. We're gonna drop some trigger here and use once again a random generator for modulating the chop. So at each step now, we have a new sound. We can change the VCA time. Alright, this is not too bad. So now we have a very simple small drum sound tracks. So we are going to add some effects. First, we're going to filter that, because when I add some glitch drum to a track. I don't want to this track to have too wild frequency response, because it will be easier to mix with the rest. So let's use, for example, a bandpass filter. Let's use a bandpass one. So now you can choose which frequency you have. And of course you can add a slightly an envelope to it. Let's and put it on logarithmic mode. Sorry. Let's try another filter. I pass for this time. Alright, so now let's add some FX. Use the FX one to bus one, since we our track is on bus one. So let's see what we can do. Sample pitch is a really nice FX if you want to add some glitchness to your bus. So let's try this one. Let's put it at the mix at the maximum just for hearing the FX. Alright, so let's add this to the original sound. And let's modulate the warp parameter. Oh shit, we can't. Oh, sorry, we can't modulate the warp parameter. So let's try the pitch one instead, with a random parameter too. Alright, it's not too bad. Let's reduce the time slightly, or make it longer. Something like that. Sounds not too bad. Alright, so without. With. Alright, so now let's put all of this in Master FX. So for instance, we can use Master FX 1. Let's put slightly more volume on this. Alright, so now let's go in Master FX 1. As you can see, we can hear and see the sound going into it here. So let's use, for example, a granulator. Same things, put it to the maximum for hearing the FX first. Let's use an LFO for modulate the step parameter of the granulator Master FX. For example, LFO1. And use the granular parameter for the panning. I really like to use this parameter for panning. It gives really interesting result, as you can hear. And since we're using only the first FX, we can output this FX to the second Master FX. And this time, let's, for the second Master FX, using a reverb. Let's use the second reverb, the new one, last added. As you can see, we're dropping some volume, so for the out of the Master FX1, we're going to put the gain at maximum. So now let's add slightly some reverb. And since we have use a sample which each chop has exactly the same length. It's really interesting to play with the length parameter when looping is on. Let's reduce the VCA. Too many retriggering. Let's play with the length parameter. Let's modulate the length parameter here with LFO. And play with decay. And you can still use the filter for shaping the spectral of this glitchy tracks, especially if you put another filter like a bandpass one. Alright, this is one of the use of what you can do when you build a sample like that. I hope it will inspire you to have new idea on the Gotharman LD3.